Hello everyone, and in this video we are going to do an enterprise deployment. This video is like a pre-cooked one. Everything is already configured. I have just gone back and I'm going to drag all the way to the end in a very quick format. So let's go ahead. We are using enterprise deployment. I have already installed, so just to give you a brief, you might see a different video for VMware installation, the standard one. So you can download this, install in your Windows box, and it will start populating all your agents. Okay, so let's click on next. So we have another servers called vRA02. Accept the certificate. So in this, we have given the initial web server role and module manager to IS01 and IS02. Okay, so and the manager service are 3 and 4, and daemon agent will be 5 and 6. Since the load balancer is not required for daemon agent, so we have not created any load balancer 5 and 6, but we have created load balancer for 1, 2 and 3, 4. Okay, and one for the VRA. You will see in the next screen. Let's click on next. Run the prerequisite checker. For me it's already done, but still I just want to run it and show you all that the prerequisites are already met. In case if it fails, make sure that there will be explanation why exactly it got failed, any IS role or services which need to be enabled. It will tell you maybe a .NET framework or a Java error. If anything's come up, just click on fix and your issue will be resolved. If not, do the job manually and it will do the same. Let's wait for it. Yes, it's done. Click on next. So this is our here is the place where you have to give your load balancer information. So I have created a web srv app web vRA01. Okay, next. Give the password for your single sign-on. So here is the IS web address web. Okay, so srv app web this, and the manager service address. Here is the again the load balancer information. Just provide that and give the passphrase if required you want to give, and it's required because it's a star mark. Provide the database server information. I am using SignOn, but it's not recommended for in your case. Try to use some service account with the proper access on the database server. You can read the security requirements. So this will be the web role. So web role by default, we are using default website. If you want to change it, you have to create a website on the target server with a similar name and provide the username password for 1 and 2. Port number 443. Let's go ahead with this. I'll go and show you the load balancer configuration as well. This is the manager service role. So manager service role is more like an active and a passive one. So once you click on 4, the other one get disabled. Provide the username password and let's click on next. So already I have done the validation, but in your case make sure that you are doing validation. So dem 1 and 2, let me make it dem 1 and make it as dem 2. Okay, CMS, it's not required for me to do validate here because that's already done. These informations are also pretty good. Let's click on next. So these are the agents how vSphere is going to talk to and your other stuffs are going to talk to. I have used a SAN certificate here. Let me show you the certificate. Okay, maybe. So I've already generated the key and your keychain, okay, and this is my certificate. If I open the certificate, go to details, and here are the subject alternative names. So here it's a SAN certificate, so I have given information of all my vRA servers, IES servers, okay, though, and my load balancer information, certificate information is also here. So all my webs information are here. Okay, let's go back. So I've already imported it. So, oh my God. Okay, let me go back. Let me do it again for you. So import. So one of them is a key. So this is the key, and the other is the one keychain. Okay, so it's done. Let's go next. Again, import certificate. Now you might have seen, because my previous certificate it has not taken it, so I have to import it. Okay, let's click on next. So that was a key. Import certificate. I'll again paste key, and I know I have clicked at the wrong place, but so once this is done, our certificates will be in place for appliance, web, and manager service. Then we will get the load balancer information. Okay, so this is also done. So here is the load balancer information. So the load balancer address is SRV blah blah blah. Let's ping this and see if everything is okay. Yes, ping. Oh, my bad, because I think it has not got copied. Ping. Okay, so it's my first load balancer is pinging. Not, let's ping the second load balancer, and it also pings. And let me ping the third load balancer, even this should ping. Yes, we are good. So what here exactly it says is like the vRA appliance has a load balancer information IP, and it's the FQDN is this, where the primary node initially will act as SRV APP vRA01. IS web, okay, so IS web load balancer information is this, and the first 01 is going to be my primary node. For manager server service, this is the LB information, and this is my primary node. So to make sure that since you know, right, this is a active and passive node, so in this what you have to do is you have to go to your load balancer. We'll click on this load balancer. Okay, we are going to select the manager server pool, and let's click on. You have seen that I have disabled my node 1. My node 1 is actually 3 and the enabled one is 4. Why I have kept 4 as an enabled? You can see because my primary node is 4, right? Let's go and next. Let's validate. So from now I am going to fast forward the entire video so that the validation, creating a snapshot. So I will take a snapshot as well. Give me a moment. I will take a snapshot. I need to take a snapshot of snapshot. Okay. So VM will be SRV win is -05 and the name will be for I install 2. Okay, so my snapshot is done. Let me go back and check the validation. Okay, 95%. We are just waiting for web. If it succeeds, we are good to go ahead and do the installation. I'm already having snapshots for all of them, so I'm not going to create at this point of time. But when you're doing this installation, make sure you're doing this. Done. Next. Okay, make sure you're taking a snapshot here. This is the final page. We'll go ahead and click on install. So meanwhile it installs, I will switch back to my NSX and I'll show my load balancer configuration, what I have done. Yeah. So before I go back to my NSX load balancer, click on cancel. I want to show you a document. Okay. So this is a vRealize automation load balancer configuration version 7.2. So I'm using vRA 7.2. Okay. So here is a network load balancing for F5, NSX, and Netscaler. So if you're using any of these three, I think so. I'm not sure if there is more, but I think so only there is for 3. Yes. So you have any of these 3 as a load balancer, you can use this particular configuration document and create configurations according to it. Okay. Now, let me close this. Let's go. So the first job once you come here is to make sure, so create a edge, go to load balancer, global configuration, and enable your load balancer. Okay, click on edit and just you have to enable your load balancer. Okay, once your load balancer is enabled, you have to create application profiles. So you can see I've created 3 application profiles. So let me click on edit. So you can see here I have created for vRA VA. So this is for my vRA appliance. I'm using type as HTTPS and a pass-through and the source IP where expiration remains 1800 so that the user do not switch among the nodes. He remains to use the same node. Similar way I have created for web vRA. It goes the same. Okay. And in this case, I'll just show you. You might be seeing I have not created on the base of persistence is none. And I have not given any node information because you know there will be one active and one passive. That is the reason we have not given that configuration here. Okay. Then we have created service monitoring. So service monitoring, all the information you'll get in this. So suppose I am going to my NSX. Not sure if you have seen that page. Let me go back here again. Configure NSX 6.2.x. So this is the information for your service monitoring. Okay, oh my bad. This is the information for service monitoring. So if you're configuring vRealize automation web, so this is the URL which you have to monitor. Okay, and the expected is around 200 for 7.0 and 204 for 7.1 and later. So let's go back here. See that installation still in progress. So we have created monitoring for this as well. Default TCP 5, 15 and 3 and TCP. So if you go here, you can see 3, 10, 3. Okay, so this information I think you will get on top. Okay, IS web and automation web. Okay, so you have to enable your service monitoring. And my bad, because I've clicked the wrong one, that's why I was pretty confused why I'm not getting that. Yes, so you can see here. Let's go back here. You can see vRealize automation VA web. Okay, so it is doing services API health, services API health, TK HTTPS, expected is 204, 3.10.3, the similar way you have to configure for your web and manager. Then you have to create a server pool. So I'll just create a new pool so that you understand. So just give an arts edit pool. Let me click on plus. Okay, so this is suppose a test pool. Give it a description what you want to. So I'm choosing here round robin. There are IP hash, another URL, other information, least count, connections, and all. Because on the basis of that, it will do the distribution of your load balancing and monitor what you want to monitor. So this is the monitoring, what level of monitoring. So you have to create monitor so that on that particular parameter it's going to do a monitor. So my vRA we have already specified here in service monitoring. So just I'm clicking randomly. Now click on plus. You have to specify here the name. Okay, any name XYZ, and the select. So this is a very good part of being a part of vSphere. You can just simply go ahead and select a VM. You don't have to worry about anything, what is the configuration or what exactly. So suppose this is an IS server and the state is equal to enabled. Port I am using a 443, again mirror port 443, weight is equal to 1, and just click OK. Similarly, you have to add the other node, and those nodes will be talking to each other. Similar configuration you have seen when I was showing you for manager vRA, right? So you have seen monitor port will be 443 and port is 443. You can see, oh my, let me track it properly. So I have two nodes, 3 and 4. One is status enabled, another is disabled. Okay, and the final job will be to create virtual servers. So in this virtual servers, you have to use 3 IPs. I have used 163, 164, 165. Okay, but this, before we go ahead and do this, you have to go to your settings, interfaces, and within the interface and uplink, you have to specify all these IPs. You can see that I have already 63, 64, and 65 I've already specified here as a secondary IP. Let me click on edit so that you get a clear picture. So you can see here that I have created 163, 164 and 165 here as in secondary IP, and then I have configured my load balancer virtual servers. Click on plus. The time you click on plus, you will get which application profile you have to use. So, suppose in my case I'm using this, right? So give any XYZ name. give any description, and select the IP. Now this IP will be taken from the secondary IP or that interface IP what we have given as an uplink. So if you have more uplinks, it will give you option here, but you have to choose that IP one among from here. Then again, in our case, we are using HTTPS, so we'll choose the protocol as HTTPS. Okay, and the default pool, so which default pool it belongs to, so you have to even assign the default pool. So you can see in my case I have already given, right? So my vRA, so default pool is referring to vRA port 443.163 is an IP. Similar way you can see the configuration of web. It's going to web vRA, application pool web vRA, default pool, okay, all 443, blah blah blah, and this. And we'll also go ahead and cross check our 3, this one. So mgr vRA and mgr vRA, and it's going to use the IPS 165, blah blah, rest remain the same. So this is the configuration what you have to create at load balancer, and make sure that you have a proper DNS also configured for this. And once everything is done, you have to keep an eye on your installation. I'm really sorry guys that I'm not able to show you the full video of the funnel setup because it really took a very long time. But thank you for watching this video. This was the complete information regarding installation of vRA and enterprise model with NSX configuration for the load balancer. Do like this video and subscribe the channel and leave your comments bottom for any other questions. Thank you guys.